Hey there, it's our last episode of the year, and you are in for a treat today. I want to take you behind the scenes for a sneak peek into the profit levers that will change the number of sales you get for your online course. And even if your course isn't done, you can start using them today. So let's get to it.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here's your host, Julie Hood.
Oh, I'm so excited for this episode of the podcast. It's episode 75. Can you believe it? We've had 75 episodes of the podcast, and I'm so excited to share today's resources with you because we are going to give you a sneak peek behind the scenes of my new course and give you a special offer to jump in so that you can sell more of your courses. So first off, as we roll into the new year, have you thought about what it is that you want to accomplish in 2022? Have you put together any kind of plan or thought about some steps or thought about what you want to do each month? And no worries if you haven't, I've got you covered because the latest version of Course Profits Accelerator is starting and we've got it all laid out for you, including a 2-page marketing plan to keep you organized. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And if you want to jump in, I'm doing a very special offer just between Christmas and New Year's for you to get in at a discounted price. So go to CourseProfitsAccelerator.com so that you can jump in, or the link is also in the show notes. So check it out. I hope you will join us. We've got a fantastic group that have started already in December, and we'll catch you up so that you can join us too. For the next 6 months, we're going to work together through June. So this won't open again until June. And today, I want to give you a sneak peek into a little bit of what we have already started talking about, and it will help you as you plan 2022. So there are 10 different profit levers that can adjust how well your course sells. And it took me years and years and years to understand all of these, but I'm going to give you the condensed Reader's Digest version of the first 5 of them today so that then you can start using them with your course and getting your launch and everything ready to go for the year ahead. So the first profit lever is obviously having a really outstanding course. And by that, I mean you have a course that gets one result for your students. You're not trying to teach them everything there is to know about your topic. You're very focused on getting them one result, one transformation, one thing that you're promising that they will be able to do by the end of your course. You've also put it together really well so the students feel like they can get through it. The lessons are condensed and they are essentials, not everything that you could say about a topic. So you've really narrowed it down and taken the time to focus in on what you're sharing in your course. So that's lever number 1, is having that really good course that you've taken the time to put together. And then lever number 2 is thinking about who it is that you want to work with. So I know I talk about this a lot, but it's so important to actually getting sales. And I understand when you get started, you may not quite know who that person is going to be. So let me give you some ideas on how to get started. The first thing is, if you've done this for yourself, if you've gotten the results for yourself, then you could start with someone who is like you, so who has similar experiences, who is at a similar place either in their life or in their business. And the thing that you really want to focus on is not so much, how old are they or what demographics are they? Yeah, those things are all interesting. But what I really want you to think about is what makes them unique or different or unusual, because those are the focus points that you can then use to attract them, and you'll talk about them. And so I'll give you an example. The people that I like to work with really want to get their message out to the world without it being complicated and time consuming. So I'm always, always, always trying to make your life simpler, easier, give you the best tools I can find. So that's what makes me unique compared to the other people who can help you with your courses. So the folks that I'm trying to connect with are ones who are busy and they understand that they need to have a course and they're not quite sure, how do I do this? How do I get this out there? How do I keep this easy without it turning into this huge, huge project? So think about your who and think about the people that you're trying to help, and give yourself permission to tweak it as you go and adjust it, because some of the things as you get to working with people, you'll recognize, yeah, maybe this isn't exactly the right group for me. So I'm going to change it up and focus in a little bit different direction. And that's okay. This could take you a little bit, a few months to figure this out and try it out with different audiences. And then lever number 3 is your offer. And by this, I don't mean just your course. I'm talking about the all complete offer that you put together. So if you go look at CourseProfitsAccelerator.com, you can see the incredible offer that I've put together. So I've pulled together multiple courses, multiple opportunities to get coaching with me. We've got Q&A sessions, we've got implementation workshops, and some recorded trainings that I also put in, plus a bunch of templates and information. So you can see it's this huge offer. And the goal with that is you want to make it so incredibly enticing that people are like, wow, this is a no-brainer. I can't believe I'm even thinking about whether or not to do this. There's so much value here. I want to jump in and grab all of this great information from this instructor. So that's how you want to think about your lever number 3, which is your offer. And how can you make it more and more incredible for your students? So constantly be on the lookout for ways to improve it. Now, I want to give you a caveat here. The goal is not to make it bigger necessarily. We're not trying to give them more and more and more and more information. What we're trying to do is give them essential pieces of the puzzle so that by the end, they have all the pieces that they need. And this is probably more than just your course. It's some of the extra things that are getting in their way. So an easy one, for example, is maybe some of your students say that they don't have time to work with you. So why not add a bonus that's all about adding time-saving techniques to your life? So that's one of your bonuses. And for the students who are fine, who have plenty of time, they won't even worry about that bonus. But for the other students who are not quite sure if they should jump into your course, when they see that you're giving them a bonus to help them have more time, then that's going to appeal to them and help push them. If they're kind of on the fence, it'll help push them over. So lever number 3 is offers. Lever number 1 obviously was having that great course. Lever number 2 is who and knowing who you want to work with. Lever number 3 is putting together an incredible offer. And then lever number 4 is getting that sales page and sales description up and running and really spending some time on getting it to be persuasive so that when someone lands on the page and they start reading, they keep going, they're interested, and they're want to find out more. And there is some challenges to doing that well. So that's why we've included a sales page course for you, because I think it's so important to get that right. And this is another thing, you don't have to have it perfect when you start. You can constantly be tweaking it. I was updating our sales page just this morning. So there's always ongoing work and improvements that you can make. But that is one of the levers, is to be working on that, working on improving that. So you get that as part of Course Profits Accelerator as a sales page course. And then lever number 5, the last one that I want to have you think about, is putting together a launch plan. And this one is huge for making sure that you actually plan out what you're going to be doing, what emails you're going to be sending, who you're going to contact, what your social media is going to be about. All of these details can be especially overwhelming if you wait until the last minute to try to pull them together. So don't worry. There's several different resources we have, or try to find a pre-done plan that you can use so that you can think about what the launch schedule is going to be like and do as much of it ahead of time as possible. So as an example, I'll tell you, we're getting ready to launch the topic and title challenge again. It's going to happen at the end of January in 2022. And so I was sitting down last week thinking about, okay, what are all the emails that we need to update? What pages need to be changed, what other things need to happen. So the good news, this is our second time offering this, so it does get easier the second time around. A lot of the materials are already created for you, and you just need to update them. So when you're thinking about your launch plan, initially take your date that you want to start your sale and figure out, okay, how long am I going to keep it open? So that's your launch window. How long's the cart going to be open? And then go backwards from the date that you start the sale and think about all of the promotional activities that you're going to do. So, for example, all through the month of January, I'm going to be trying to hit as many different places as I can to talk about the topic and title challenge. So I've been planning those out. And then you'll notice, pay attention to this because you can do the same thing. The podcast episodes for the next few weeks are all going to be talking about course creation, as opposed to lately I've been talking about course marketing. We're going to switch over back to the course creation because I want to catch those of you who are trying to improve your skills around creating, so you'll join us for the challenge. So all of that, thinking through all of that, is what I call the launch plan, and pulling those concepts together so that you have a good list of, here's what I need to come up with and what I need to be working on and thinking about as I start moving forward with my launch. So I don't want this episode to get too long. I wanted to just give you the nice little teaser episode all about what you could use for the first 5 levers of your profits for your online course. And there's actually 5 more that you can get when you jump into Course Profits Accelerator. So I hope you will join us. We've got an incredible group of folks who are planning their launches for the first 6 months of 2022. And I will grab a few of them and have them come on the show so you can talk and hear about what they're doing. And I'm so excited for what's coming for you in 2022. It just feels like the energy is building and there's so much potential in the year ahead. So I hope you are feeling that too and have thought about your plans for what you want to do in the year ahead. Take a few minutes, sit down with a cup of coffee or some tea, and make some notes about what it is that you want to do. So thanks so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. I would not have this podcast without you. So thank you for listening through our 75 episodes and beyond. So have a fantastic New Year's and New Year's Eve, and I will catch you next week in 2022. Take care.